Good morning, everyone. This is Enid Wolstein from KYVL. Um, I am going to share my screen. Share application. Okay. Whoa. Please, let's see.
Isn't that fun?
That's crazy.
If you just get out of that tab that has houses, it'll be fine, yeah.
I wanted to put something in the chat. Now I'm like, what do I do?
If you want to do chat, it's the bottom purple.
There it is. The
tabby
purple
deal.
thing. All right, hang
Yeah,
on, y'all.
there's a chat bubble.
It's been a week of Mondays. Okay. So here's the link. You will need a Google account to open that, but it's basically a slide deck of templates and ideas, and it will force you to make a copy. Where that is going to be after this session is going to be on kyvl.org for librarians, librarians toolbox, and then it's going to be here. So this one is the old one, but I will swap that out when we're done today at 11. And let me put that in chat. Okay, so a link to that page is also in chat. So what we're going to talk about today is direct linking, and it's going to be about linking to databases, linking to articles, linking to magazines, ebooks, etc. So, I've helped public libraries and school districts, school librarians, with building little pages that you can just throw up for a short period of time. So, I know everybody's skill levels are different, but I am here to help you if you need it. And this is just one way to get deeper into the content of KYVL and to share it out, hopefully efficiently, quickly, easily. So you'll have links to the slide deck, and then I have a kind of notes file for myself. I'm not going to do the slideshow because I'm going to be bouncing around, but the big thing to know, linking to databases, if you don't already have some of the K-12 databases on your library website, we certainly encourage you to do that. We don't make people come to kyvl.org. They don't have to do that. If you email kyvl@ky.gov, I will send you a file that looks like this. And so we've got, ACT, SAT exam prep, ASVAB, etc. So the skills building resources are here at the top. And then we have our whole and then there is a link that's unique to each database. And depending on what it is, opposing viewpoints, every KYVL member has a unique URL for opposing viewpoints. Every library, every school district has unique URLs for Learning Express. And then at the beginning of each, you all see this link, proxy.kyvl.org/login URL. That goes in front of the links. So if you ask for the file of database links. This is what I will send you. Instructions are on the second sheet. And then I'm here as a resource for you. So just for an example, EBSCO's K through 8 ebook collection is this URL. But then as an example in the instructions, this is what it will look like before you put it on your website. So you take the URL from EBSCO and then you put proxy.kyvl.org, etc. on the front end. And then you can do something like this. So I have, this is just a basic slide. You can make it a website. You can do whatever you want with it. But if I wanted to put a link behind it, what I would do, I already have the link built here. So I'm going to grab that and just copy it. And then I'm in Google Slides, but this just translates really easily for me. And many of our school districts are Google districts. So they may not live in Google Classroom, but it's some sort of Google environment. So I'm going to add a link for this Britannica school. And again, it has our proxy address on the front of it. So I'm just going to hit apply. And then I'm going to grab Explorer. And I'm going to go to the link button and add that in. I have my EBSCO K through 8, which is a longer link, but I hit my link button, toss that in there. And then Tumblebook Library is a little bit different. It's up here at the top. This one is a standalone URL. You don't have to add our proxy address to it. So I'm just going to paste that link in there. So if I did this as a slideshow, send it out as a website, whatever, your student would click on Explora. And since I'm home, I'm logging in. And then it will open up Explora for elementary. And this is the new Explora that was rolled out earlier in the fall with the tiles. So it can be a pretty simple operation. Is anybody linking now? You can throw up a hand. You can put something in the chat. Awesome, Caleb. Well, maybe you can do it at your current library. You all are more than welcome to do this. You can do as many links to databases as you want. But again, the point being, students don't have to come here to see these things. You can put them on your website. Awesome, Caleb. Well, hopefully this will give you the tools to make that happen. So that's the database example, but here's another example. This is for elementary. These are ebooks. The first 3 are fiction, and then this last book is an EBSCO ebook that is about sportsmanship and also the rules of basketball. So these first 3 are from Tumblebook Library, and I can just follow that link and it will open up the ebook. Or I can follow this link, and you see it's got our proxy address on it. And I'm hoping, yay! Always happy when it works. So here's the ebook for that. And I'm going to show you how to track all those down. And I have some cheat sheet slides. So linking to magazines. We'll look at ebooks too, but these are just some screenshots of what you're looking for. So if I go into an EBSCO resource, in this example, in the blue, I'm looking for Scholastic Dynamath. There's a share button, and then you get a permalink or a URL that you can copy to, or that you can copy elsewhere. And this is ProQuest, Alt Press Watch, and Current Technical or Great Resources. I can just grab the link from that. Britannica is a little bit different. For safety's sake, I say get it out of the citation. So I would copy this school-eb-com proxy, etc. Opposing viewpoints, there's a link button that says get link. ProQuest, they sometimes are under all options depending on what you're doing, and you're going to copy that whole that whole URL, and when you click on it, it will automatically copy it, but we'll look at that. And then EBSCO articles, you can link to an issue of a magazine, you can link to the entire run of a magazine, or you can link to a particular article. And when you're in EBSCO at the article level, there's 2 pieces of chain link that will be your permalink. In EBSCO ebooks, here in the green box at the bottom, if you're looking at an ebook, there is a menu item called permalink that you would click on, and then the permalink pops up and you just copy the URL. In the orange box, Tumble Book Library and Teen Book Cloud are a little bit different. You can't look at the book, the ebook, within Tumble Book Library or Teen Book Cloud and then click on something to get a link. You have to know what your title is, and then you have to go to the index, click on the book ID number, and then copy the URL that pops up. So we're going to do a little bit of all of that. And please, please, please stop me with questions. I should hear it if you put something in the chat. But then feel free to speak up too. You know, we're all here to learn and share together. So let me go here. So these are just a few elementary magazines. I'm a big fan of Scholastic Dynamath, which is grades 3 through 5, and it combines math and literacy. Ask is awesome, Spider. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go to KYVL, and I am going to open up primary search. And in this case, I'm not going to do a search. I want to look for magazines. So I'm going to click on publications up on the menu bar, and down in the second box, I am looking for Click. And I'm going to close those so I don't get confused. All right, so I'm back on publications, and I'm going to look for Click. So I'm going to click into the record for Click Magazine. And from here, I have multiple options. If I was looking for a particular topic, I could do a search within this publication, and I might look for thunderstorms. So I've only got a couple, but if I wanted to look at the article, I could click into this. And then over here on the right, at the end of the list of tools is my permalink. So I could copy that permalink and it's going to open up this article. Another option, I'm going to go back to my search results. If I click share on this page and copy this URL, it will open this page. So I don't necessarily recommend that unless you're working with teachers or parents. I think this, if a student sees this screen, it's going to be confusing. But what I can do is go over to 2022, and let's say I wanted to look at the October issue. I can tell by the search string that I am in the October issue of this magazine. And my share button is here above my search results. So if I click share here and grab this permalink, I can copy that and I can put it here behind click. So this is just going to pull up the October articles, and it will be this page. If I wanted to do a particular article, I would click into it, and then over on the right, I would grab the permalink for the particular article and paste that wherever I need it to be. Scholastic Dynamath, I'm going to do several examples of the same thing. So I'm going to go to my publications, search for Scholastic, pardon me, search for Scholastic Dynamath. Now again, this is math and literacy, so I could do a search within if we wanted to do something about roller coasters. Or I could go over to a particular issue, let's say May, June. I click in onto share and grab that URL, and I'm going to put that behind Scholastic Dynamath. And for these, for the covers of these magazines, I just basically did a Google search looking for elementary magazines and then just copy the image of the cover page. Not a whole lot of magic about that. So publications, let's look for Ask. Here is Ask. And then I can choose an issue if I want to. So I could grab October. I've got 12 articles, and I click that share button, grab the URL, and put the link behind it. So that's the method of I'm in a database for a particular user type. So elementary, I'm in primary search, and I'm going to publications. Another way to approach this is the KYVL quick search at the top of the page. If I just click go, I don't put any search terms in, I just click go, and leave it on for everyone. This goes to EDS or EBSCO Discovery. And over here on the left, there's a menu item for publications. You can also go this route to look for a publication. So either choose your database and open publications within that database, or KYVL quick search, leave it on for everyone, click go, and then go into publications on the left, which I think I've already, yeah, got it. And I am going to look for, let's look for choices. All right, Scholastic Choices. This is going to tell me all the databases where I can find that magazine. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up Middle Search Plus. And I'm going to click Sign in with Google. And it's going to take me right on in. And then from here, you've seen this screen already. I can open up an issue of Scholastic Choices. I can share the whole run of Scholastic Choices, which goes back to 85. So probably wouldn't do that. I would probably share something more recent. And then here, again, I can click share, or I can open up the article and share, based on topic through the link option over on the right-hand side at the bottom of the tools. And then I can grab that permalink and put it wherever I need it to be. So does anybody have questions about finding magazines in EBSCO and doing direct links to an issue of a magazine or the full run of a magazine? Everybody okay? So let me show you some other options. So we were looking at EBSCO. I am going to go to Alt Press Watch. And everything we have can be linked to. There may not always be a PDF full text available. Well, Melissa, that's up to you. The way I would see it, everybody has different situations as far as how much control they have over their website. So what I would say, it's really easy to build Google Slides and just to throw a link out there. You could do Google Slides with links to ebooks and articles on a particular topic. Maybe it's Hispanic Heritage Month, or um, whatever the example. You can build a little curated collection very quickly from all the different options that are available within KYVL. So you could do it on a website. It just depends on how many layers there are between you and your web development, if it has to go through somebody else, or if it's something that you can do quickly and build and share. You could do it where you hand out a QR code or post a QR code, and then all those links would just be there. Use the images, and someone can have that little collection very quickly. So this is an option. So maybe this is middle school. Beans is a middle school magazine for coding, technology and coding. So maybe you've got a coding club and you want to share some articles from this Beans magazine. That's certainly something you could do. You could do a digital handout as a PDF that has links to content. You could do a website, you could do a Google slide, but this is the kind of end goal, I think, in my mind, is that we all have huge collections, and it's hard sometimes to navigate all the content. But if you're partnering with your school district, certain research projects are coming up, you can have some of these things pre-built to share with the teacher and make them look like the rock star, right? So this writing in middle school, all of these objects are from someplace within KYVL. This blue box is was linked to content. I think I broke the link. Um, the mentor text, the writing process. So I can follow that as a teacher, as a librarian, as a student, and I open up the PDF because there's only so much control we've got. And then here is the writing process in just a nice little infographic from Scholastic News. So the idea is that we're deep mining the KYVL collection and trying to bring things forward where you can create something like this pretty quickly and then share it out. Create it once, share it out many, and it could be uh, updated depending on if um, you were working on a long-term project. It just depends. There's lots of possibilities. I see some great ways that school librarians are sharing out, the teachers are sharing out this way, or asking students to be the content. Uh, I don't want to say build a slide, but it's a place to put links. whatever it will be, whether it's a website or not, it's a place to put links and just expose your collections that you got access to. So Beans, if you did have a coding club, we could go, this is primary search. I don't want primary search. I could look for Beans. And I can go to middle search. And then if the coding club was working on a particular project, maybe ciphers, we've got different articles here about ciphers. And it's just, again, it's a way to expose some of this content and make it more readily available. Another example, we've got civil rights movement. This is for middle and high. These bottom three links are from Teen Book Cloud, and Bearing the Cross is an audiobook. These others are ebooks. We've got some first-person recollections of the civil rights movement that are all linked to. I've got an article here from Gale in Context Opposing Viewpoints that is about the Voting Rights Act of 1965. And then these top two are from the EBSCO ebooks collection. So we already looked at getting the ebook permalink. So let me just, oh, I've lost it now. Where'd it go? Oh, because I'm on the high school page. So I could just go in here. And I know I'm looking for Miles to Go for Freedom. Oh, lost my spot. They all look the same. So in this example, this civil rights slide, this is one of many that I'm working on for an educational co-op in the state that has a few grants that they're administering with about 30 different school districts. So this is a way for me to share with them ways that they can build little content units from the millions of articles and resources within KYVL. So instead of them going out to the web or having to buy a textbook or buy some type of curriculum or content, this is one way for them to get the collections. Let me, I have too many things open. It's making me crazy. Okay, that's better. So in a few weeks, I'll be doing a series of trainings with them where I've built a collection of slides that they can use on particular points in history from Reconstruction through the Civil Rights Movement. So this is just one example where it's helping them mine the collections within KYVL without having to spend funds on new content that is just specific to the grant, because there's so much available, and this is just a tiny little collection of objects. But then it could be something else where the students are investigating a topic and having to pull together different sources. So self-driving cars might be a topic, and I might ask them to go to Gale in Context and look for self-driving cars. And in this is pretty targeted. I'm asking them specifically, I need a reference article from you. I need a viewpoint. I need a magazine article. In this scenario, they're pulling content to learn how to find it and how to link to it for their use later on. And the nice thing about Gale in Context, it's pretty explicit. If I wanted a viewpoint, I could choose from the featured viewpoints or the regular viewpoints. If I needed a magazine article, I could click into magazines. And I might look at this hands-free, worry-free article. And if I wanted to link to it as a student, oops, I do get link, and I copy that, and then I can link here either by adding a link to the article. Of course, that's, change that. Or I might put the article title there instead. But I see this a lot in school when I help people with projects, whether I'm helping students with projects or helping teachers or school librarians with projects. Little curated collections, while on the front end takes a lot of time, if you can take a lot of time if you're doing a bunch of them. But if you know what's coming with project wise in school or elsewhere, you can just pull these out as the year goes by and update the content or have the students work on them. It's just another option. And I'm very snuffy. I apologize. Okay. So database links come from me. Of magazines. Let me show you. I'm going to go back to this slide. Tumble Book Library and Teen Book Cloud are not very straightforward when it comes to linking. It's not like being here and looking at this article and clicking a button for a link. So with Teen Book Cloud and Tumble Book Library, let's go to Teen Book Cloud. I do want to note with the 3 K-12 ebook collections we have, there's no limit on simultaneous use. So a school could do a one book, one read, kind of activity with the same title out of Teen Book Cloud or Tumble Book Library. But to get to it, let me go to I just need an example. So what I might do is check the index for a title, or I might choose search in the upper right-hand corner and look for something like civil rights. Click go. So this is how I found Bearing the Cross. And you can see there's no link button here. So what I have to do is go to the index, and then I go click on B to take me to the B section. There it is. So here's the book ID, the book number. So I am left clicking on that, and this is the URL that you have to copy. And then I can put that where I need it to be. So we'll just make a new slide. So I could copy the book image, but that is the link that I need to put behind whatever it is. Tumble Book Library, Teen Book Cloud, you go to the book index. Let me show you Alt Press Watch because it is a little bit different, and I got sidetracked from that earlier. So I might look for civil rights movement. So I've got 49,000 results on that. So I would probably do some narrowing down. But if I wanted to look at this article and link to it, it's over here under all options. And then here's the URL at the top that I need. And if I just click on it, it will automatically copy it, and then I can paste it wherever. So every database is a little bit different as far as how you get that link. So Alt Press Watch is under all options. Britannica School, if they were just needing to pull a basic encyclopedia article. Yeah, I don't think anything's going to be here about self-driving cars, but for the sake of example, I can do the send to Google Classroom, but what I really want is to go into the citation and grab this link. I don't need the period on it. So I'm just going to grab that. So there's a way to link to everything. Let me see what else I wanted to tell you all about. Okay. What other questions might you all have? I'm going to get over here. Oh, everybody's gone quiet. Please feel free to speak up if you've got questions. I guess you all can't use your audio, but you can put it in the chat. I will post a link to the slide deck on that handouts page. I'm sorry, I'm so stuffy. But what I want you to take away are a few things. Everything that's in KYVL can be linked to, whether it's a database, an article, an ebook, issue of a magazine, etc. There's a lot of content, there's a lot of subject coverage, there's information for practitioners, administrators, etc. And we don't want to force people to come to kyvl.org. So you can decide how you want to use this. If you want to build some, maybe you want to do a K through 2 page and have a few databases on the K through 2 page with Britannica Fundamentals and Britannica School Encyclopedia for Elementary. Or maybe you're working with a teacher on a project or with somebody locally. Like I said, I see these things all the time. I see my son create them for school where he's having to build a resource to share with somebody else. And 100 students could click on the same item and it's not a problem. We don't have any limitations. So it doesn't have to be kyvl.org. You can link to whatever you want to, share it however you like. No limits on simultaneous use. Just put the links where you want to. I'm just going to keep saying that over and over because I've been really surprised where I've been out and about, and just that misconception that you have to come to KYVL, because you don't. We don't care. Just share it however you like to share it. Just get it out into the hands of the students. Oh, thanks, Amy. I'm done. I'm finished. Please, please, please get in touch with me if you have any questions, if you have any needs. Um, we are here for you. We will help however we can. Just get in touch with me, okay? Thank you all.